What's good, YouTube? This video is going to be about good women with toxic thinking and the most toxic idea that some good women have about relationships. A while ago, I did a video about the pedestal, when men put women on the pedestal. And I got a new comment, and so I'm going to read the comment and I'm going to give my thoughts. And watching that video, someone wrote, okay, the pedestal. I feel like the pedestal implies we're perfect, and I think that it sets us up to fall off the pedestal and disappoint their idea of us. Is the pedestal really what we want to be on? Doesn't it imply that one is better than the other and not an equal partner? This is an idea I get from a lot of women, right? Women always talk about how they don't want to be put on a pedestal by a guy, about how it's too much pressure to be on a pedestal. I'm going to be honest with you. This sounds like fuck girl behavior. This is foolish and toxic thinking, okay? First of all, I'm going to read my answer to her, and then I'm going to elaborate a little bit, okay? My answer to her says, no, it doesn't. It's a reflection of his respect, not his expectation. Yes, you should be on a pedestal. If you don't trust yourself to be a good and faithful woman, then maybe you're right, though. The pedestal doesn't imply that you're better than him, but other women. It's funny that women encounter the same weak and toxic idea from an emotionally unavailable man, but doesn't realize she's been indoctrinated to the same way of thinking. You want to be on a pedestal. Again, if you don't trust yourself to be a good and decent and faithful woman, then I suppose you should be avoiding the pedestal. But clearly a good man who's going to be good and faithful to you is probably not the goal. You're probably emotionally unavailable if you don't want anything to do with the pedestal, or at least you should be. Don't be indoctrinated with the idea that a man shouldn't think highly of you, that he shouldn't have reverence for you, okay? Again, the pedestal doesn't imply that you're better than him, right? It's not pressure to be better than him. It's pressure to just be better than his other choices. In your conduct, in your loyalty, in the way you love. Far too often I'm talking to a woman who has a guy she likes or a guy she's in a full-blown relationship with who keeps telling her she deserves better, right? And this is always a red flag for a man who's cheating, for a man who doesn't want you, for a man who's not loyal, for a man who's not committed, right? Those types of men always talk about how that you deserve better than them, that you're too good for them, that they don't want to corrupt you, right? In short, they're just trying to telegraph to you that something's wrong. I'm not who you think I am. I won't be who you think I am. I'll never love you adequately. I'll never be intentional about my commitment to you. That's generally what a man's saying when he's saying, you're too good for me. I don't want to corrupt you. You deserve better. He's telling on himself. He's saying, I know things about me that you should know, but you won't know, that would alter your decision to commit to me. So when women say they don't want to be on the pedestal, that they might disappoint, that it's too much pressure to be great, that's what I hear. The pedestal has nothing to do with a man thinking you're better than him. The pedestal has everything to do with a man thinking you're better than other women. And aren't you? Shouldn't you be? Shouldn't you be a better choice? Shouldn't your love be a better decision? Shouldn't him choosing you be better judgment? If not, then yes, you don't deserve the pedestal. But if the pressure of being on a pedestal is your number one concern with a guy, and you're looking for a guy who won't put you on a pedestal, you're begging to be played with by an F-boy or an emotionally unavailable man. Because an emotionally unavailable man or an F-boy will never put you on a pedestal. He'll never trust you enough. You'll never be good enough. He'll never care enough about you. He'll never be committed enough to you because you're not on a pedestal. Don't you realize that the pedestal is what a man commits to? The woman he can put on a pedestal who's different than other women, who he cares about more, who he trusts more, who he's more proud of. If a man can't put you on a pedestal, he's not going to commit to you. And if you're avoiding the pedestal, you have to ask yourself what type of woman you're trying to be for a man. What type of love you're planning on giving the man who chooses you. Are you really emotionally available if you're avoiding the pedestal? Because the men who avoid the pedestal overwhelmingly know they're not ready for love and have commitment issues. Most of the time they're liars, they're users, they're secret cheaters. They don't trust themselves to be great, to be good, to be decent, to be committed, to be loyal. This idea that it's pressure for a person to have high expectations of you scares me. If I hear a woman talking like that, I don't know if I want it. Why would the expectation of you being great, decent, fair, loyal, and committed be pressure? Unless you were an F-girl, unless you were emotionally unavailable yourself, unless you had toxic love tendencies. The pedestal isn't some unrealistic expectation of perfection. That's foolishness. No one expects anybody to be perfect, but they do expect them to be honest and loyal and well-intentioned. Is that what you want to give to the man that loves you back? The type of pressure that men have to function in this world, to excel in this world, to perform in, to provide, to protect is insane at times. Especially when you compound that with a man's responsibility to the household if he's really going to lead like a classical masculine man. That's pressure. Pressure to just be good to a man, to be honest with him, to be loyal and not cheat on him, to support him in all of his endeavors. If that's too much pressure for you, then yeah, you don't probably want a man, not one who cares about you. This is what my pastor used to call stinking thinking. How can you want love, pray for companionship, be praying for a husband and a family, but you can't trust yourself to be good, decent, and honest and loyal? You're no different at that point than an F-boy who says, you're too good for me. I don't want to corrupt you. What you don't realize is if a man can't put you on a pedestal, meaning above other women, then you will never have the commitment from him that you're looking for. A man will not love a woman who he doesn't believe is better than his other choices. Why should he? That would be foolishness. If you're all the same, if you're racing to the middle, if you have no desire to differentiate yourself from the other women that might want him, then yes, you probably are a bad choice. But the pedestal has nothing to do with you comparing yourself to him or you comparing yourself to perfection. It has everything to do with the way he sees you as compared to his other immediate choices. One of the most consistent, toxic, and self-destructive ideas I see from women is this idea that a man is not supposed to like you. People always say love is the opposite of hate. It's not. The opposite of hate is indifference, and women are actively seeking out men who are indifferent to who they are. You don't want to be put on a pedestal because it's too much pressure. That's why you get treated like all the other women. That's why, to a man who doesn't respect women, you're no different than all the other bitches and hoes. You won't accept responsibility to just be good to a person. That's too much pressure to you. Think about how foolish that sounds. If a man can't see you as better than other women, if a man shouldn't see you as better than other women, you can't complain. Stop complaining about men treating you like crap, not respecting you, not committing to you, and not wanting relationships if you're avoiding the pedestal. The men who want relationships, who treat women well, who respect women, who have a reverence for women, who understand the value of partnership and companionship, have to put you on a pedestal in their minds. You have to be first place out of all their other prospects. The pedestal is what gets a woman commitment. The expectation that I can trust you. So why, when a man loves you back or likes you back, is it always such a problem? The most toxic idea I get from women is this idea that a real man doesn't like them back. A real man doesn't put them on a pedestal. This is foolishness. If I can't put a woman on a pedestal, I don't got nothing to say to her. If I don't think you're different than other people, if I don't think you're better than the other prospects, if I don't think I can trust you, if I don't think you're more committed to me than other women, you don't have to worry about me committing to you. That's how most men think. We always hear about trophy wives. Trophy wives are the pedestal. Otherwise, we hear about participation trophy wives. Any man who's emotionally available has to see you as different than the other women around. You have to be number one. You have to stand on the first place pedestal. Men ain't giving out rings and love and loyalty and commitment and children to the bronze medals. As much as y'all complain about men not wanting love and not wanting commitment and not wanting this and that, you punish every man that wants those things and that sees those things in you. Anytime a person gave me a compliment, I stood on that because I know how hard I work to be different, to be better. A real man is never shying away from his greatness. He's chasing it. He's trying to be his best. I don't know why so many women who see themselves as good women are actually actively avoiding greatness or the acknowledgement of their greatness. I know a lot of women who cheat on their husbands. I know a lot of women who know they will cheat on a man, who know they will dog a man out, who know they will use a man, who know they can't be trusted to support. I know a lot of women like that who are avoiding the pedestal because they will surely disappoint. But if you're not one of those women, if you know you're not going to cheat on your man, if you know you're not going to shit on him, if you know you're not going to betray him in some way, then you want to be on a pedestal. You deserve the pedestal. If the love you give is healthy, if the love you give is whole, if your intention is to do everything right for your relationship and your partner, you don't need to be worried about if a man puts you on a pedestal. And you don't need to be punishing men who do in favor of men who are indifferent to loving you. If you're disloyal, if you're a fuck girl, if you're a cheater, if you're a user, yes, avoid men who put you on a pedestal. You will surely disappoint them. A lot of men don't want love and relationships anymore because there are less and less women fit for the pedestal. Anyway, I hope this helps. Somebody's cutting grass outside now, so my audio is getting beat down. Follow me at Cafe24 on Instagram. Book a call if you need me. I'll get with y'all later.